Hey y'all, welcome into the 2026 Ancestor Messages. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. I know it's been a while. Just got some Palo Santo going to clear the space. So, I have been on a hiatus. I've been taking a break from doing readings and everything, but I recently got a message from somebody's ancestors, honey. They was like, yeah, we're gonna need you to do a 2026 reading. And I was like, okay, if you say so. So thank you for joining me. And y'all ancestors got some shit they want to say to y'all today. Okay. So what we're gonna do is first I'm going to start with just general information I picked up for the collective. I channeled that energy already, and it's here in my book. Then I'm going to look into the energies for the air signs, the earth signs, the fire signs, and the water signs. Okay. So let's get started with the general channeling for the year. Okay, so one of the first things I got is that people need to be more social and connect with others more. Like there's something magical about connecting with the right people. Okay, so if you've been in hermit mode, come out of hermit mode. The divine is calling on people to be heart-centered and heart-led. It says, go deep within to identify what you truly desire at your core and stop just going along and doing things that you're told you need to do in this time and space, okay? Oh, I remember this message. The divine says, cheer up, be of good cheer. Okay, look for reasons to be happy. Look for reasons to be grateful. Okay, those things are going to really help. There's something about boosting your energy. Also heard the word giggle. So to me, that represents like lightening up. Make sure that you're light and playful and look for reasons to be happy, right? Like make that a priority in 2026. The divine says be creative, think outside the box. Again, like move away from what we consider to be these societal norms and go towards the things that you're being called towards. The divine says it's important to weather the storm. So we were being informed that there will be storms in 2026. That's not going to stop, right? The way to work through it is to just see yourself as strong enough to weather those storms. Stay strong, keep going, okay? The divine says, speak up, speak the truth. It's time to get your throat chakra right for those of you who haven't been speaking your truth and standing on your truth enough. The divine says prioritize right and healthy relationships, right? We were also being told to instill healthy boundaries and make time for stillness. So, of course, boundaries can be in relation to relationships, but also there was something about creating healthy boundaries around your time, your balance between work and play and things like that. The divine says it's time to walk away from things that don't serve you. Some of you are like dragging dead things along with you and prolonging your suffering. It's time to stop. In 2026, some of you that have had like a financial downfall will actually see yourself bouncing back from that. So if it's been a long time since your money has been right, by the end of 2026, some of you are really going to see things like pick up, and be leveled out when it comes to your money. The divine says be very careful and cautious with your money. Don't be frivolous, okay? This is not the period to spend frivolously. I loved this message, y'all. The divine said that we are supported. There's divine support here for us. And we can actually make wishes this year and really manifest some beautiful magic and miracles. The impossible becomes possible. That's what I heard. I did see for 2026 that there's going to be a change in or disruption in someone's status. So there's a person with a high status, a position of power. There's some type of shocking change or sudden shift. I didn't look into exactly who that was, but it was coming through very clearly. I think it was a masculine, a man. The divine says choose love and compassion this year. Okay. The divine showed me that when you follow your North Star, your true north, those things that are like your dreams and your passions, that's when your financial advancement is going to come to you. So again, for those of you stuck when it comes to finances, there's like a new path or some new discovery, something that you may have been putting off that you need to go towards, okay? The divine shows me that there is sorrow and disappointment over unfair treatment, right? Something is not just, it's not right. There's like tyrant energy here, okay? And that will continue into 2026. Oh, this was my favorite. The divine wanted me to let you know that it is promising you that things are going to improve for you. Listen to me, those of you who have been struggling. The divine promises that things are improving for you, okay? 2026, you're going to see improvement. And it might be incremental over time, but it's coming. The divine says avoid hopelessness and complacency. Take the lead in your life. So if you're somebody who's been feeling like a victim lately, and I know life can victimize you, right? But if you're someone who's been feeling like a victim, the divine really wants you to pull yourself back up. Don't get stuck in that energy. You can be mad. You can feel sad. Move through that. Stand up and stand strong. Don't just accept the lack of pleasure and happiness in your life, okay? Like really go for what you want in 2026. The divine says this is a period of new inspiration and ideas. Right? Following this new inspiration, these new ideas leads to success, authority, and power for some of you. And it's a number 1 year collectively, so that makes sense because number 1 is the start, right? It's new beginnings. Okay, since I'm a United States resident, honey, here are my U.S. Themes for 2026. I heard the words suppression, so things are being suppressed. Illusion and target, significant changes, the need to defend itself. So there's something about the country is going to have to defend itself against enemies. The divine said the economy will improve over time. Hang on. So just the fact that it was shared with me in a way where it was like, okay, you just need to hang on or hold on. That means the start of it is probably going to be tough, right? So we may see a crash, a dip, a tower with the economy in the early months. But as we go through the year, the divine says the economy improves. Okay, so for those of you who have investments, you may see some type of crash. The divine says there's definitely hidden, shady, and corrupt energy. I heard the word corruption. The divine is encouraging people to move. So you might need to move or look for new opportunities, locations, job fields. There's something about just changing. This year is really calling for great change and shifts. I saw that for a leader, I don't know if this is the president or what, but I did see for a leader that there would be some type of decline. And it was interesting because I couldn't tell if it was like a mental decline or if they're literally going to fall, right? Something will happen to them physically, or if they're being bound in their mind. Could also be being locked up because I saw something about being bound. So there's a threat of someone being locked up. And then I see something happening to them, and the divine is showing me this. A spiral down. Whatever. A leader falling, honey. This was interesting. When it comes to health related things, the divine showed me that women and children will be a target. And when I really thought about it, or not thought about it, but asked, because I was confused at first. I was like, a target? What do you mean? They told me something about policies. There is some type of policies around health targeting women and children in 2026, okay? The divine says seek balance and moderation this year. This is going to be the key to your health. Make sure you're eating a balanced diet. Make sure you're working out, you're moving your body, you're not just sitting all the time, right? So balance is going to be good. The divine says some of y'all need to move to countries or states with better health care, straight up. So this is more like the health area. Beware of trickery and deception. Look at things deeply. Don't accept things at first glance because there's illusion. There's like people are stuck in illusion, not just around health. This is just with everything in the United States I'm seeing. The divine says we need to pay attention to the signs. This year, some of you, the amount of signs you get is going to really increase. And you're being encouraged to pay attention because these signs can put you on the path to positive progress to your success. The divine says we need to prioritize our mental health, right? So for some of you, that's going to mean don't watch the news as often. Get away from people that really trigger a lot of harsh, tumultuous energy. There's something about prioritizing your being. And remember earlier, there was something about boundaries. So you're going to have to really institute some strong boundaries to get through this year in a way where you're healthy, whole, and happy. The last message that I got that was so powerful is the divine is saying we absolutely need to be unrelentingly hopeful, right? So when you're unrelenting, you don't give up, you fight through, you push through, right? You are a warrior in that sense. So when the divine says, hey, you guys need to have unrelenting hope, like your hope needs to be inexhaustible, y'all, which to me indicates that there's going to be some trials and tribulations, but can you remain hopeful and know that a better day is coming? I do want to point back to my 2025 reading because that reading was meant to cover 3 years. So that's from 2025 to 2028. The divine warned us about war coming to the United States, the need for we the people, and I kept hearing that last year, we the people to come together and stop fighting each other. We are not the enemy. There's a greater enemy, a malevolent force that uses us, right? Feeds off of us. And we're being called to turn our attention to collectively going after them. So I will link that down in the comments below, okay? Okay, y'all, so now we're going to move into the elemental readings. So I would suggest that you look at your sun, your moon, and your rising sign, the big three, because I also get a lot of messages from the cosmic mama, the goddess, right? I would suggest also listening to your Venus element, right? So if you have a fire Venus, a fire sign, and Venus, then listen to the fire element, something like that. I think that would be helpful as well. I'm picking that up, okay? All right, see you in your element. Hi, air signs. Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. Because I am an air sign, one thing about me, honey, we always gonna start first. We always gonna be first. Welcome in, air signs, and Happy New Year. I'm not putting any ads on this video, so if you want to support me, check the links below. You can purchase a product, a service, do a donation, you know what I mean? Anything you want to do to support, I appreciate it. Also, don't forget to like, drop an ashe in the comments to secure the blessings of this reading, and hype the video. You know, stuff like that. Share it. There's so many ways to support me. Thank you. Okay, air signs, let's start with what you need to release in 2026, okay? So what are your elevated, honorable ancestors want you to release in 2026? Okay, resistance. Resistance, air signs. Some of you are doing the most, fighting the changes that are trying to come into your life. It says, go with the flow and be open to life's changes. Release opposition, refusal, denial, and things like that, okay? So your ancestors are saying, air signs, this is a number 1 year. Change, change, change. It's all about change, and you need to be open to that change. Now, this actually looks like a cell, you know, a prison cell, a jail cell. So there's something where the divine is showing me your resistance actually binds you. It keeps you stuck, right? Keeps you bound to your suffering, to your unhappiness, to your unfulfillment. And it's time to let it go. I hate when this happens. So y'all, when there's a serious message that comes through from somebody's ancestors, I feel like I'm in trouble. So right now I'm getting in trouble because of you. That's how it feels. So yeah, it's time to let go of resistance. That's one of the things you need to release in 2026. Surrender to setting limits. So if you're someone that, and this is something we got in the opening, right, about setting boundaries. If you're someone who has a hard time setting limits and boundaries, you're overdoing things, you're going too hard, going too far, over exaggerating your abilities, over promising, people pleasing, it's time to cut that off. That's what you need to release this year, okay? It says it's healthy to set boundaries in relationships. Practice expressing your needs and remember that no is a complete sentence. When you do this, y'all, when you are able to set limits, it's like you break the chains and you break free of this cell. And the two of them really feel like they go together. Resistance, right? And surrender to setting limits. Yeah, there's something about you setting limits actually sets you free, right? It sets you free. It helps you to go with the flow. Maybe you have too much of a sense of like control. You want to control things. You want to control everything. And your ancestors are saying that's not going to work. 2026, that's not going to work, right? The holding on for dear life, that type of resistance. What you need to do is go with the flow, be open to life's changes. But there's situations in your life, whether it be relationships, experiences, where there's been too much of a laxness, right? You've been too lax. You've been letting things slide, letting things go, and that's a no. Ancestors say that's a no on the bottom of the deck. Surrender your ego. Okay, so some of you, and then on the bottom of this deck is anger, right? It says use this fire to transform, not to destroy. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. So there's something about, I don't know if you get angry this year or if something angers you, a relationship angers you, and it causes you to kind of step into this energy of the ego. The divine, your ancestors want you to actually get a handle on that, right? You don't want to move from this place of anger and ego and all of that. It's time to let these things go. It really just feels like they're calling you up to a new level of maturity. Okay. Air signs, what do your ancestors want you to embrace? So we saw what you need to release. What do you need to embrace at this time? So Panther Spirit also came out with Eagle. Eagle Spirit. Spirit has your back and reclaim your power. So this is the thing, right? This is the perfect time for you to step up and stand out. To stand in your power and do what you need to do. And the divine wants you to know that you are supported in doing this, right? You are supported in reclaiming your power and in moving forward in that power, standing tall and strong. For some of you, This has to do with your money mindset. It says shift your money mindset. Okay, air signs. So there's something where you may have lost confidence or lost hope or faith when it comes to money, and it's time to reclaim that power and know that you are supported. Okay, so that's what you need to embrace. You need to embrace your power, embrace a new money mindset, one that's more empowered, right? Where you know that you're going to be okay. Remember in the opening general messages where it's like the divine had a promise for us. The promise was things are going to improve. So you need to believe that. But this is definitely a good time to work on your money mindset, shifting it. Okay, iolite, the crystal iolite is good for that. But it's time to step into and stand fully in your power. Spirit is with you as you do this. And what it's going to do with this eagle spirit is take you higher. Okay, y'all, so let's look at what's coming. What's some of the things that are coming to you in 2026? Honey, they trying to give you everything. Every card just came out. What do the air signs, Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini, need to know about 2026? Some things they'll see manifest in their reality. Okay, air signs, with this 5 of Cups, right? We have the 5 of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and then we have this Strength card. For some of you, this is a period of healing or recovery for you. There's been some trouble, or there will be some trouble in 2026 that's going to take some time for you to work through, process, heal, and release. Now, for some of you, this is stuff that's already happened. And 2026 is the year where you're regaining your strength. Guys, with this in the Reclaim Your Power card, you're bouncing back. So if you've had a hard time, you are bouncing back. And this reminds me of this card, right? Spirit has your back. It's like Spirit is giving you this gift of love, healing energy, and support. You're not alone. Yes, things have been hard, but things are going to balance out for you again, okay? And we have that confirmed here where it says you will be taken care of in difficult times, okay? So some of you have had a major challenge to overcome, or something that is a continuation, right? You've already been working on it. It's still an issue in 2026. It's a mountain, you know, it's not easily moved, but you have the strength and the power and the divine support you need to overcome this thing, right? And then it's crazy because on the bottom of this deck, we have the Phoenix. And that's what I'm seeing for you, air signs. There's something about rising again, right? Reclaiming power, regaining strength. You're coming back. You're growing. It's happening for you, okay? There's someone looking at you with a lot of love. I'm getting a longing. So some of you have, I don't know if this is a secret admirer or if you know the person, but someone's definitely watching you with this looking card and the Ace of Cups. For others of you also, I'm seeing that you may have some type of uptick in your public persona, your public image, where you have a lot of eyes on you. You might be invited to participate in something that's a good look for you, and you're really excited with this an exciting event card here. Yeah, with this 5 of Cups and cutting ties and moving on, for some of you, 2026 is going to call on you to leave something behind that's just been really tough for you, right? Because new doors are waiting for you, new opportunities, but you have to leave something behind that's just run its course, that doesn't feel good anymore, and is bringing your energy down. For some of you, this is a physical move to a new location. It's a move away from something. For some others of you, there's like a release of a relationship that was very trying, and toxic, I'm hearing. But there's a replacement that comes in. And this doesn't even have to be another person. It's just like an energy, a lightness that comes in. Okay? I'm seeing travel. For some of you, there's an exciting opportunity to travel or a move, relocate. Some of you are going across seas. And it's like a really exciting time for you. You got the healthy choices card, self-love, self-care, being happier, love and life. Yeah, so for some of you, remember I was saying reclaiming your power, regaining strength, you're bouncing back. Some of you, you're going to be happier than you've been in a long time. I like this card though too because it shows like the food. So you have to be very mindful of what you're consuming, how it's making you feel and things like that, okay? This is also on relationships. Those areas where you're feeling called to collect or connect with certain people, make sure you're connecting with the right people, okay? Make sure like they're healthy. You're choosing the healthiest options for you. Because otherwise, you'll end up in this energy again, right? This Five of Cups energy, damn, that sucks place. You'll be struggling and sad, and you'll have to regain your strength. So be careful of revisiting a toxic behavior, okay? Air signs, don't go back to something or repeat something that was harmful for you because you're still, in a sense, healing. What else is coming in 2026? Oh, yeah, baby. You got the Ace of Cups, the True Love card, and the Express Your Love card. So for some of you, you're meeting someone new. There's new love, and for some of you, you're being encouraged to take the first step towards that new love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Shoot your shot, you know, go for it. Because whoever this is, there's like a deep, passionate connection here, right? And there's like a depth, an emotional depth to it, which is great. On the bottom of the deck, give your relationship a chance. For some of you, you and someone you've been with where you guys have gone through a disappointment, right? There is healing energy here. Now, that's not for everyone. I don't have a hard time with love messages because people are really delusional and they'll stay in situations that are just so unhealthy for them. So if you know your relationship is a hot ass mess and there's no coming back from it, you know, if the person is just severely toxic, let it go, honey. Because if not, you end up staying in this very like down energy, like down bad energy. And that's not what the divine wants for you. Now, if you're in a relationship where you guys can really push through, both of you are on the same page and you really want to make it work, you can. Yeah, and we have make the effort on the bottom. So for some of you, this is a good look, you know? Okay. Let's see what else is coming. Don't take things too seriously this year. Like, really try to play. Because with this clouds energy on the bottom of the deck, temporary problems, some of you are going to get so sad, down in the dumps and upset about something that is just temporary. And it drains your energy, okay? What's the divine want the air signs to know? You got the determination card when it comes to your finances and your work. Consistency is the key to achieving your goals, right? Reclaiming your power, changing your money mindset, standing in an energy where you know that things are going to work out for you, okay? Keep doing what works well for you, okay? Keep pushing. There's something here that you need to be very consistent and committed to when it comes to your finances. And North Star. We got this in the general 2026 messages. If you're facing your North Star, right? Your passions, your dreams, your purpose, and you're going in that direction, and that direction brings up an excitement, that's really going to carry you to success, right? So something happens in 2026 where some of you are being like directed towards your purpose. It's happening now, right? Especially with this reclaim your power energy. It's happening now, okay? It's like something you're meant for opens up for you. With this on the bottom of the deck, opportunities are waiting for you, right? Like something opens up for you, but it's going to take determination, hard work, and planning, okay? Follow any inclinations you might have this year, y'all, about work, money, something like that, because there's something that's opening up for you. On the bottom of the deck, marketing. Some of you need to employ some new marketing tactics or start marketing things for yourself, okay? But I was getting also that you have to be very mindful of how you spend your money, right? So again, just like in the beginning, this is not the year to be frivolous, okay? I like this though. The love cards look really good for some of you. And I see like a recovery. So if you've been through a hard time, this is like the recovery continues. All right, let's get a couple of guidance and warnings, messages for you from your ancestors. Ancestors, elevated, honorable, benevolent ancestors, air signs. Release shame and guilt. Stop beating yourself up. I'm also getting the energy of regret. So if if you've been through a hard time and you have like a lot of shame or regret around that, or you made a choice and the choice turned out pretty sucky and you're having a difficult time with that, it's time to work through that. Because you're just holding on to something that's no good for you. For those of you who don't know, guidance and warning is coming from my Divine Says Oracle deck and my Odu Ifa Oracle deck. Odu Ifa Wisdom Oracle deck. Both of them are available on my site. Yeah, your ancestors don't like when you're in this low energy where you're beating yourself up, okay? That doesn't work for them. It doesn't, air signs, so it's time to release that. This is reminding me of the ego and the anger cards. Something may happen this year where you feel like it's unfair and it really gets you going, y'all. And you want to take revenge. You want payback, the big payback, like you want it. And you're being encouraged not to go that route. It says Olodumare, which is like, just think of like the main God, right? God is the owner of the land and the owner of judgment. The mighty king will pay everyone according to their deeds on earth. So you don't really have to take revenge. You don't have to be in that payback energy. And I feel like some of you are doing this with yourself, with these two cards coming out together, right? Release guilt and shame and stop beating yourself up. And then there's this energy of the, mighty king paying people back. I think sometimes you beat yourself up because of things you've done, and you need to stop doing that, right? Just stop. But also karma. Karma is a thing. It's real. And some people are going to have to, not some, everyone. It says everyone is going to have to pay, right? They're going to have to pay for how they've behaved, for how they've mistreated people, for their misdeeds. And what I'm getting in this moment, y'all, is that there's some type of judgment in 2026. If we see someone fall in a way that's kind of shocking or sudden, it's because of this. It is, okay? This is the reason. If you're interested in a 2026 reading, these readings are like almost an hour long and I go really, really deep. I had an ancestor come. It felt like the ancestor sat down on my lap and was like, this is what we're going to tell them. And they stayed with me until I got the energy out. So those 2026 readings are no joke. You can check me out on daydreamaustin.com/store. Air signs, I pray that this will be one of the most fulfilling years for you. And if you're someone who has gone through a hard time and is in need of healing, I ask that your elevated benevolent ancestors would bring you just that you would be inundated and surrounded by healing energy to help you reclaim your power. Drop an ashe down in the comments to claim the blessings of this reading. Thank you so much. Peace. Hey, fire signs. Welcome in. That's Sag, Aries, and Leo. Hi. So I didn't put any ads on this video, so I've dropped my links below if you want to support with a donation, if you want to buy a product or a service or anything like that, okay? You can also like the video. Please do. Share. Hype the video. And make sure to drop an ashe in the comments to claim the blessings of this reading. So we're going to start with finding out what your ancestors want you to cut out in 2026. What needs to go, okay? So what do you need to release? First card out, obsession. Release the chains of thought and free your mind. And you see this person is in a maze. So some of you, your ancestors are saying you're thinking too much. Overthinking, analysis paralysis. You know, why am I hearing ego? Like the ego's taking over. And for some of you, oh my God, y'all, it's like you're running around in a maze in your own mind. So your ancestors want you to cut it out. There's something you're obsessed with or will be obsessed with later in the year that's going to run you fucking ragged and crazy. Okay, fire signs? And you have to let it go. Release the chains of thought and free your mind. Surrender to non-action. Yeah, so there's something you've been obsessed with. Something that may really cause a lot of stress and drive you nuts and all of that. And instead of focusing on it, incessantly obsessing over it, your ancestors say surrender to non-action. It says, now is the time to be still and not act. Simply breathe and focus on your own power. Let others come to you. For somebody here, for multiple people, maybe this is a relationship. You're doing the most. You're doing too much. The ancestors say slow down and bring it back, okay? Like bring your energy, call your energy back into your being. This is no good for you. Okay, fire signs? You need to let this go, whatever it is. It's like putting you through the ringer. I think about a maze and someone like running around a maze trying to figure out how to break free, you know? Whatever this is too much. And it doesn't have to be a relationship. It could be something that you're focused on, a project. It could be like, you know, if you're a content creator, you're putting shit out and you're obsessed with the results, right? And your results and what you get. It's like the ancestors are saying, stop. Surrender to non-action. Be still. Breathe. Focus on your own power. Let others come to you. On the bottom of this deck, trauma. Sorry, y'all. I'm always trying to get the glare off. Your scars are proof of resilience and survival. So your ancestors really want you to work through any trauma you've been just walking with, you know, carrying. For some of you, the trauma is what's causing this obsession, and you need to work through that, okay? Very interesting. But for others of you, this is like a very clear message about a relationship, a person, doing too much, going too hard, maybe being the only one giving, over giving. And this could be, again, a project as well. some type of experience you're in, you got to pull your energy back. It's too much. Some of you are going to really stress yourself out. And you need to stop before things get that bad, okay? Once you've done everything you can do to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine. Let the spirit work. It's magic for you. Yeah, there's something you got to stop. Fire signs. Just let it go. It's too much. All right, let's see what your ancestors want you to embrace in 2026. Oh, we already talked about this too. Setting strong boundaries, black kyanite. Yeah, and that's what I'm getting with this obsession, y'all. Like, whatever you are obsessing over in 2026, whatever is whatever has become burdensome in your mind and is too much, set strong boundaries. For some of you, again, you're doing too much. You're going too hard, and you have to pull back that energy. Remember I said that, like, pull back your energy. So you're being encouraged to embrace boundaries. In 2026, you need them. So this could be, maybe you work too much. Maybe your boss thinks you're the only person that can do overtime or relies on you too heavily. Maybe other people rely on you too heavily. You have to set these boundaries, okay, fire? If you've been betrayed, if there is or are people who have done things to you and you're having difficulty moving forward, you have to let that go. And for some of you, this is something that's been like a long-standing trauma that you need to forgive. So something that happened, you know, back in the day, or it could have been last year. It doesn't even have to be that far back. Something that happened left an imprint, a traumatic imprint on you, and you're holding on to it, and you need to find a way to let it go. So embrace forgiveness and boundaries, okay? So you're releasing obsession, action, doing too much, going too hard, surrendering to spirit, and then the ancestors want you to embrace boundaries, strong boundaries, and forgiveness in the coming months, okay? Okay, y'all, let's see what's coming your way in 2026. Benevolent, loving ancestors, what are the fire signs going to see in 2026 that they need to know about? I'm not really feeling this energy here. These two, they just look like they got something up their sleeve. The fox and the bull, kind of lingering in the bush, honey, watching. I don't like it. I want you to be mindful of your relationships, and that already came up, right? You might have a feeling, an inclination that someone is off, or they could betray you or something like that, or you already had that experience with them and now they're coming back. Set strong boundaries. That's the first thing I want to say with this, okay? Do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. So with this 10 of Swords, darkest before the dawn, and then this bull energy, it's making me think that there's like a tough time you'll be facing. There's something that you're going through or something that will happen. It'll feel heavy, right? It'll feel like an opposition. You don't give up. And this honestly doesn't even have to be, it can be like an emotional upset, right? A loss, a disappointment, something that just is like, oh my God, you know, and a part of you is going to want to just lay down, you know, just lay down and not give up. And you're being encouraged to use your fire energy, your passion, to move forward, to be strong, okay? Now, for some of you, this is in business because it says shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. Next to this do not back down card. Somebody here is putting their all into a business, maybe a business idea with the Nine of Pentacles, right? Doing something on your own, entrepreneurship. You're fighting. You're fighting for it, and you're being encouraged to do so. Don't give up. Darkest before the dawn indicates you might have moments where you are ready to give up on this thing. You know, it's not paying off. It's getting on your damn nerve. Is it going to work? The Magician is here. It will, right? With your willpower and your strength, with your will in it, it will work. And there's a part of it where it's like you do the work necessary. And this doesn't have to be just like a business, right? But it's something that you have to put a lot of effort in to see the reward. After you do the work, after you do all of that hard work, right? You're shrewd, you're resourceful, you show strength and fortitude, then you surrender to spirit. Surrender it to spirit. Okay? Very interesting. There's something that's going to be a burden. Kind of heavy, uncomfortable. But I see it paying off for you with this Nine of Pentacles and the Magician here. Too much concern with sexual matters. You may meet someone in 2026, or you're dealing with someone that goes into 2026 where the energy of it is like highly passionate, getting tumultuous, but there's something about it where it's just a focus on sex. Some of you may be doing too much when it comes to sex, doing the most. Be careful of a STD, a STI, or some type of betrayal around sex. Interesting, around a sexual matter. I don't know if someone lies about something. On the bottom of the deck, the passion, your passions might rise. You might meet someone where you have a lot of chemistry. But be careful of this, right? Because you got set strong boundaries. So even with your sex life, whatever you got going on, set strong boundaries, fire signs. What else do the fire signs need to know, ancestors? An engagement might get called off. Sorry to say that, y'all, in 2026 with heartbroken and engagement ring here. An engagement, it's like maybe everything, you know, you thought everything was okay and then you find out it wasn't. And then there's an end. This could also be some type of contract though, y'all, where the contract is just becomes null and void. And it's sad and it's heartbreaking and it's upsetting, but you're going to be fine with the rest of these cards here. You are. Passion again with the rabbit card. I'm going to say be careful of getting into, be careful of seeing sexual chemistry, sexual compatibility as long-term compatibility. Because for some of you, this is not enough. It's not going to carry you far. Okay, with the engagement ring, heartbroken and passion. There needs to be equal interest. There needs to be some depth, you know, like a true interest in each other's being. Okay? Be careful. Somebody, protect yourself. I'm getting that a lot. Protect yourself because you might be with someone or be entering into union with someone where they're having sex with multiple people. They may have a sex addiction, or this could be you. So really take care of yourself. Yeah, somebody's manifesting something new that's like all yours. Like it's just yours. You know, this could be manifesting a new home, manifesting a monogamous relationship. Whatever it is, it belongs all to you. This thing that you're manifesting, a business, like I said before. What else do the fire signs need to know? For 2026 is coming your way. Yeah, some of you need to just leave something, leave a situation alone. That's coming through strong, strong, honey. And you know if I'm talking to you. Because that was the first card out, obsession. And then surrender to non-action. Let others come to you. Now it's codependency and love yourself first. So addictions are affecting your romantic life, and your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Again, your ancestors are saying some of you are just doing too much when it comes to your when it comes to this whole relationship. You know, some of you, you're just like, you've put yourself on the back burner. You've put yourself on the back burner. You know, you have lost self-dignity, self-respect. And it's just not that serious, you know? Like, whatever that is, this relationship is, it's time to let it go. For your feelings, be careful of making emotional decisions when it comes to your money and your finances, okay? Like, really be mature and responsible with your finances, especially with the set strong boundaries. Have boundaries around your finances. Don't spend too much on a love interest either. I'm getting that. It's like somebody could go broke paying for an engagement ring and then the shit don't even work out, you know? Something like that. Like, just don't, fire signs, don't do the most, okay? Don't do the most. Guidance, your angels and spirit guides have your back. They are doing work in the background to make way for your opportunities to come. Stay optimistic. Yeah. Guidance, surrender to spirit. Spirit is calling you. Spirit is calling you, fire signs. Are you going to listen? Spirit is calling you. They want to help you. Your ancestors want to guide you. They want to point you in the right direction, support you in doing the right things. Are you moving too fast? Are you too obsessed with other things to focus on what they have for you? Darkest before the dawn is also making me think of your health. So be very mindful of your health, okay? Like, really prioritize your wellness, because somebody here could have a breakdown from working too hard or doing too much, or an obsession, right? When it comes to your money, be mindful of getting caught up in this fearful energy, right? Because I already see that you have this energy around you that can help you manifest something that is all yours, you know, financial freedom, financial independence, wellness, you know, you have what it takes, but this bothered energy can throw you off. It says, don't fear failure, but be afraid of regrets. Your worries can block your success. Remind yourself of your greatness and stay optimistic. Yeah. Be careful of kind of being in that low, depressed, lack kind of mindset, right? Fearful kind of mindset. That's not going to help you, because you just have so much other energy that can help you progress, right? With these two here. So you're going to have to be on the lookout for mind attacks, depression, and fear, you know, and doubt when it comes to your finances. Let's get guidance and warnings. That's going to come from my Divine Says Oracle deck and my Odu E5 Wisdom Oracle, both on my website, daydreamaustin.com. Guidance and warnings from fire signs, elevated ancestors. Find ways to lighten your energy, y'all, because, you know, with heartbroken and bothered, whatever this is that is a heavy, you know, upsetting energy, whatever causes that, the divine wants you to find ways to release that, you know, work through it and move forward. Don't obsess over it. Okay, divine says, let your intuition guide you to the right people and experiences, okay? Yeah, especially for those of you who are having this issue with like codependency and obsessing over a relationship and the need to love yourself first. You're going to have to be very careful about what you're giving your energy to, who you're giving your energy to. All right, so make sure you are paying attention to this guidance, right? Surrender to spirit, guidance. Let your intuition guide you to the right people and experiences. Your guides are calling you. They want to connect with you, so give them the opportunity to do so. On the bottom of this deck, you have angel number 555, which is all about change. And then under that, 222. Right? So this could represent change in some type of relationship or union. Okay? The divine wants me to remind you, the ancestors want me to remind you that rejection is protection. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Rejection is protection. If something doesn't work out, you probably dodged a bullet. Especially with this energy I'm seeing with somebody where their sexual energy is spread all about. Could be, you know, something having to do with an STD, like I said. Guidance and warnings for the fire signs. It is only those who can follow an ant. Those are the ones who can follow a Rumila. So this card talks about patience, but also with ants, I think of determination. So you're being encouraged to really move forward with patience and determination in 2026. And I think we got that with this bull card. Show strength and fortitude, right? Like you're going to have to push forward, but also be patient and allow things to work out the way they need to. But there's something about moving forward slowly, consciously, really thinking things through, right? Don't beware of being impulsive, thinking things through, but not obsessing. But there's something about careful, conscious movement, small steps, slow, methodical steps, determination to get to your dreams, okay? But I like this for you. I do see it can be some heaviness, but also with this on the bottom of the deck, I do see that there will be healing energy too, right? Things coming to light and being able to heal. So you might see something, learn something, something is revealed. That can start out kind of heavy, but you find it out, and this is going to help you to make the changes you need to make. Guys, if you want your own personal reading, my 2026 readings are out. They are serious. They are almost like an hour long. These readings are no joke. You can check daydreamaustin.com/store for that link and for that information. And also, don't forget to drop that ashe in the comments to secure your blessing for 2026. Don't forget to like, hype, all of that. Thank you. See you next time, Fire. Have a great year, Fire. You can do it. Ashe. Hey, Earth signs, Virgo, Taurus, and Cap. I feel like I need to ring the singing bowl. Come on in here to get this blessing, y'all. Come on in. So, I am not having ads on this video. If you would like to support me, there's a bunch of links down below where you can do so, honey, in the comments and the description. You can purchase a product or service. You can send a donation. You know, you could buy me something from my wish list, honey. Whatever you want to do to support your girl, I'm with it. Thank you. Also, please remember to like, hype the video, share it with people you think it would benefit. And don't forget to drop an ashe in the comments to secure the blessings of this reading. Okay. First thing we're going to do is we're going to look at what your ancestors want you to release in 2026. Okay? Did I just say 2026? What y'all got going on, Earth signs? I hear that. It really felt like I said 2026. Oh, shit. I ain't going to get into that. Okay. Okay, Earth signs. Good for y'all. Just be safe out there. Okay, Earth signs. So, this is very interesting. Your ancestors, this is coming through so clear, are showing me that you had some type of rejection in the past, a feeling of being left out, of not being accepted, that has caused some type of trauma and scarring for you. I don't know if you were bullied, if you're like a black sheep. There's something about not feeling accepted. And because you haven't felt accepted in the past that left some type of trauma behind. This could have even been with a parent. You know, say a parent abandoned you. That left some scarring for you that your ancestors are saying they want you to really work through this year. Like, they don't want you dragging that shit into another year. And they see what you've been through. You know, they love you. They're sorry that you went through that. But it's fragmenting your energy. Right? It's like taking away your power. And they want you to overcome that. Okay, so that's something they really want you to release this year. And for some of you, this sense of rejection that's left this trauma behind is stopping you from going towards your desires, your passions, your dreams. Like, you have this fear of being seen. You feel like people won't appreciate you, or maybe you're not worthy of being heard. Work through that. Let it go, okay? What else do you need to release based on your ancestors' guidance? Surrender to divine timing. So in 2026, it's important that you release this desire to control outcomes and control things, right? So it's like you want things to move quickly. You want things to happen now. You want to see progress. You want to see this and that. But it says sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough, be patient and trust the universal flow. So you may feel impatient about something in 2026, and your ancestors want you to release that impatience and just surrender to the flow of life. This is a number 1 year, and number 1s represent new beginnings. But from my experience, number 1 years can actually, it's like, say you had some endings, right? It's like now you're making peace. In the number 1 year, you could be making peace with those endings and calibrating to a new frequency so that you can enter into new experiences. But there's like a pause in between that ending, right, and the new beginning. The pause is usually the recalibration, the healing, and the releasing of things. So you're going to have to surrender to divine timing. For some of you, there is a situation where you can't make it go any faster. You can't force it. You know, it's just not going to work, y'all. So on the bottom of the deck, it says surrender to silence and quiet meditation or contemplation. Let go and enter the stillness within, okay? Silence can heal and replenish you. Yeah, for some of you, there's a pause this year, and the pause is so that you can heal, recalibrate, you know, get familiar with this new energy, be okay with the endings, and then when the time is right, the gate opens and you move forward. For some of you, this rejection card is about a relationship. There's been some type of relationship rejection and it's left a trauma. You want, again, it's something where you want to control this thing. You want it to move forward. Maybe there's somebody you're with where they're not moving at the pace you would like them to. It's not going the way you would like. And you're taking this personally, like something is wrong with you, and that's not what it is. Surrender to divine timing, right? Surrender to silence. Some things you just have to let them go. Let's see what your ancestors want you to embrace in 2026. Oh, excuse me, honey. This just came out. Okay. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Remember I was saying with the rejection card, the feeling of being left out, right? And the trauma of that sometimes may cause you to hold back in certain situations or feel like you're not worthy, you're not enough, you know, you don't add up. No. Squirrel spirit, believe in yourself. So in 2026, it's important that you adopt like a strong sense of self-worth and belief in yourself. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have this. Be fearless and bold, Badger spirit. Yeah. You have to believe in yourself. There's something that you're moving into. This is a time, with your desires. Yeah, there's something where your ancestors may want you to go towards a particular desire. Like you've been putting it off. And it's time to embrace this new way of being, to go towards this new way of being. They want you to know that you can get through whatever changes are coming your way in 2026. You can do this, okay? So you have believe in yourself, and another thing they want you to embrace is change with the Phantom Quartz here. So there is a change for some of you. This may have something to do with your resources, your work, because squirrels are like, they're such hard little workers, honey. You see them outside gathering their resources or digging up resources they buried earlier. So there may be something with your resources, your money, your job, your work, where there's a change. It brings up a lot of fear, or maybe something happens where somebody here gets released, right? Or fired, or laid off. And it's going to cause like all these feelings of rejection. And then there's a fear of what's next. And you want to rush things, and believe in yourself and your ability to survive and be okay. But also embrace change. Phantom Quartz could be a helpful crystal for you this year to help you embrace the changes that are coming. Whatever it is, know that you're going to be okay. All right, bottom of the deck. Get laser focused. Yeah, there's something your ancestors want you to get moving on. But they also want you to know that, as you're believing in yourself, right? You're embracing this fearlessness, this boldness, you're believing in yourself. You're getting laser focused on something. But as you're doing this, remember, divine timing. So even as you're doing this, there may be a time in 2026, earth signs, where you're going to feel like I'm doing everything right. I've done everything I'm supposed to do. I've focused, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, but there may be a delay. This is the delay. The time is not right, and they want you to see the big picture and know that life is a mystery. It doesn't always work the way you want. But get focused on your desires. There's something you need to go towards this year. I'm feeling that so strongly. It's going to be different for all of you, of course. You can get a personal reading if you want more clarity. But there's just something you need to get busy on, get started on, go towards. And be careful of your feelings of rejection or past trauma delaying your progress, okay? Okay, Earth. Let's see what Virgo, Cap, and Taurus will be experiencing in 2026. Let's see what's coming for y'all. Oh my God. In 2026. Earth signs. There's some type of trouble. Some type of trouble, issues on the home front. Could be at home, could be at work. Something with other people, right? Someplace where you collaborate. There's conflict. Okay. I'm getting one particular message, Earth sign. For some of you, you're going to have a dream or a knowing that something is not working at a job, that something's falling apart, that you're about to be let go, that someone's gossiping about you. Doesn't have to be at work particularly, but I'm getting that strongly. There's something where you'll have a knowing that a particular path is not going to work, that particular people are false and fraudulent. something is off. You'll feel it. Some of you have a hater at work or in a family dynamic. And again, you'll be getting messages about this. For some of you, this thing is hidden. Again, you'll have a feeling that there's an issue here. Be careful with the collaborations or any contracts or collaborations you sign up for, because I see something just being, again, off. Earth signs, if something is off, it's off. For some of you, this is like a relationship, right? It's a relationship and it's off. You sense something. Yeah, you sense that something is wrong or something is off. Be open to change. Somebody might have a change in their work situation, in a home situation, something with a collaboration, right? Because 5 represents disruption. Again, pay attention to your intuition. Some of y'all are going to know. Something significant is happening in July for some of you. Oh, July. I don't know if this is some type of party that you're having, celebration, fun, enjoyment. And then July could be like a reception, an award ceremony, something where you're gathering and celebrating something. Something works out, or there's just something to celebrate. This could be in July, but for others of you, it's going to be different periods. But I do see something significant happening in July either way. And this could be guidance, y'all, that you need to lighten up and have more fun. Have a party. Have a sleepover with your friends, you know. Go out. Do something fun. For some of you in July, you see a successful culmination. Some issue, some problem. Finally, there's a solution. Okay? And then that's why you're celebrating. So something works out finally. In the summer months for some of you, it might be whatever this conflict is, right? So say there is a conflict at work now, or something happens now. By the summer months, there'll be some type of resolution. And your ancestors want you to know they got you. It says you will be taken care of in difficult times. So whatever this is, y'all, this conflict, right? It says embrace change. Something is ending. You're going to be okay. And then with the squirrel out, this might have something to do with your finances, your resources, where you're going to have a lot of hope and belief in yourself and faith in the unknown, the unseen, right? Unrelenting hope. That's what came up in the opening messages. Have unrelenting hope, like truly believe without a doubt that you're going to be okay. You might need that. And then because it says staff, some of you, earth signs, y'all, the video froze. It stopped. I had to turn off my computer and turn it back on. I was so scared I lost all of that, but I didn't. Thank the divine and the ancestors, honey. That's how I know this message is for you. The ancestors was like, nah, that video gonna be right there on that computer. All right, so I was saying, before they tried to take us out, honey, with this staff and conflict, I'm definitely getting there's some type of issue when it comes to staff, work, something related to work. If you're a supervisor, there may be some conflict. You might have to mediate. There might be fights and shit, or you're having an issue with somebody. So there's just something going on, definitely with a work situation, okay? So let's look at what else is coming to you in 2026. Yeah, somebody's celebrating the end of some type of hard time or a loss, like you've lost something and then things come, things get better. It's something like that. Like you're celebrating a solution to a problem or overcoming a problem at some point this year, which is really good. And I see like pleasant surprises too, y'all. Or like exciting milestones first, that you're going to be really excited about. What are the earth signs? Need to know, Taurus, Cat, Virgo, for 2026. Yeah, there's something where, and that's what I think I was getting, that there's a desire or something your ancestors want you to go towards, like fearlessly, boldly. Now you have stand alone and feast, right? So there's an opportunity for you to do something on your own, some type of business, project. I don't know if you're consulting, whatever you're doing, there's an opportunity to do it alone, right? Do it by yourself. And then there's a feast associated with that. Celebration has come up 2 times. So in feast, it talks about celebrating, right? Celebrating hard work and small wins, unexpected income or pay raise on the horizon. So with these two, it's a good idea to break bread with friends or I don't care if something like works out for you or works out better than you thought. Celebrate that shit. Like celebrate life. Celebrate the small wins too. Like if you're working on your weight or changing your diet, celebrate your small wins, really acknowledge what you got going on that you're excited about. But an unexpected income or a pay raise could actually come from some type of projects that you've done on your own or will be doing on your own. So don't be afraid to stand alone. Remember, we got believe in yourself, right? Get laser focused on your desire. Don't be afraid, because there's something here. You had it on the wrong side. There's something here where if you do it, if you have the strength, the boldness, the fierceness to do this, it can really pay off for you. But I just see things to be celebrated this year, earth signs, like you're celebrating something. If you have any business ideas, this would be a good time to move forward on them. On the bottom of the deck, just do it. Procrastination doesn't bring success. This is the best time to put your plans into motion. And with that and this, y'all, believe in yourself. You're basically getting the green light from your ancestors and from your guides. This is the time. This is your green light. You just got a green light. Okay, let's look at what else is coming for earth signs. Connecting with the earth would be really helpful for some of you, like spending time out in nature. We also have the azurite stone, which could be helpful for you. This stone looks like the earth to me. What does the earth signs need to know, ancestors? Be mindful of deception in your relationships. Someone is wearing a false mask in a relationship. Okay, so you might have an interest in someone. There may be like a deep, passionate connection with someone, but it's false. It's fraudulent. All it is passion if you don't have the truth in the relationship, right? So there's just something that's not gonna work because of this deception. And looking at this and stand alone, I would say this in all of your relationships and everything you got going on in 2026. Make sure it's authentic. Make sure it's true, right? Make sure it's true to you. It supports you. It's in alignment with who you are and who you want to be. If not, step away from it, okay? And follow your passions this year. Right? This is really going to help you, not just in relationships, just in general. You may have conflicting passions too, where you have like two different things you're interested in, two different people you're interested in, and then you have to really like figure out what it is you want to do, right? Or, make a tough decision. You have the let your friends help you card, ask for and accept help from friends. For you, I see this as this whole celebration energy, right? And collaboration I'm getting. There's something about collaboration being very important for the earth signs, right collaboration, because we see that some other collaboration can lead to conflict. But there's right collaborations that could be really supportive of you. The butterfly, evolving and growth, next phase, healing inner child, releasing the past. Yeah. Remember I said at the start of the reading, your ancestors want you to release this rejection that took place earlier in life that caused trauma. This is the time. That might be that healing the inner child energy. It's time to go up, right? It's time to evolve into this butterfly, moving from one state of being to the next. There's definitely evolution here. This is interesting, y'all, because I'm getting a glow up. Earth signs, the time is ripe for you to experience a glow up. Mentally, physically, emotionally, everything. Okay? But you got to believe in yourself. You have to be fearless and bold and fight for what you truly desire. For some of you, and I think I saw this earlier, there may be a need for the ending of some relationships, right? With the coffin and the love card here. But I think for those of you where a relationship, the mask is finally coming off, like you might be facing the fact that something doesn't work, you're letting it go, and you're stepping into a period of new beginnings, evolution, kind of like being reborn. And then there's this sense of unconditional love, self-love that is being highlighted for you, okay? So if you're at the end of a cycle, try to just embrace that change, even though it's difficult, right? For some of you, something doesn't get off the ground because it's just not time, or someone is going through something that puts them in this energy so they can't really connect with you. Something just doesn't work at a particular time. You are being encouraged to embrace this energy of love, okay? Yeah, some of you are dealing with a runner in a relationship. They have a fear of intimacy, which is why they wear a mask. Or this could be you, and this is something you need to work on. And if it's you, remember that the cause is probably this rejection you faced, the loss of something, being rejected by parents, or something has caused you to kind of, let's say, cocoon yourself, right? Put yourself in a shell and you're scared to connect with others. Really work through that. Somebody's going to meet a love interest through friends, okay? For some of you, well, for all of you, because this is coming up again, let go of control issues and surrender to divine timing. This can be in relationships, but just in life in general, right? Allow the situation to unfold naturally. And be patient and trust the universe. Do I have any more cards? Y'all got so many cards up here, making sure I got every deck I wanted to get. Okay. Our guidance and warnings are coming from my Divine Says Oracle deck, available on my website, as well as my Odu Ifa Wisdom Oracle deck, both available, daydreamaustin.com/store. And find the links below. the guidance, warnings, elevated ancestors for my earth signs. So, this year you're being encouraged to prioritize your mental health and wellness. Yeah, and protect your peace. Talking about boundaries, and boundaries came up in the opening, I think the general messages. It definitely came up for another group too, but definitely time to prioritize your mental health and wellness and protect your peace, okay? There is definitely something that you're going to have to, and I guess it's this conflict. Whatever this conflict is for you, there's some people that is getting on your last nerve, or it's just a lot of shit going on, right? And you have to separate yourself from it or find a way to be well mentally. Protect your peace at all costs. Earth signs, okay? Protect your peace at all costs. That's what's coming up here. You don't have a choice. Like, you have to do this for yourself. For some of you, I'm feeling like you need to look into some type of therapy or some type of treatment that could help you. Could even be like herbs or something. But look into things that will seriously help you with your mental health, okay? And don't wait. Don't procrastinate on this. Whatever this is that protects your peace and supports your mental health and wellness, your general mental health and wellness, go towards it, okay? There's something where if you seek out information or if you go looking for some type of information, it could really help you. Like, you receive the guidance, the answers. Okay, so you're being encouraged not to be complacent and just allow things to just kind of ramble on, right? If there's something you need help with, go looking for that help. And then it has here, ask your help, ask your friends, right? Ask for support from others. So there are people in your life who can help you. Oh my God. And as I say that, out of my Odu Ifa Wisdom Oracle deck comes those who have relatives, please gather them. There's nothing more satisfying than having relatives. Yeah. And then with this standalone card, y'all, be careful of getting into like these hermit modes where you're isolating yourself. I feel like collaboration is important for you. Some of you are very guarded because people you've been around have been the worst, honey. They have been toxic, and it's made you kind of, again, cocoon or put a shell around yourself, and it's time to come out that shell. Ask for and accept support from others. And this card, those who have relatives, please gather them. There's nothing more satisfying. Connect. Get out of your shell. You don't have to connect with everybody, but there are people you can trust, and you need to go towards those people, right? Make the effort to connect with those people. And the divine wants you to know that you're protected, right? Your ancestors, your guides have your back, so you don't have to be as guarded as you've been. There's help. You can find a lot of help and support through your friends and family this year. For some of you, you need to open up about what's going on with you. Don't hold back. Don't hold things in, because you're going to find a lot of support around the people that love you, okay? Right within that group. Guys, my 2026 personal tarot readings are available. These are some powerful readings. They're about an hour long. They go on to like 50 minutes. I have ancestors coming through. If you're interested in that reading, check out the links below. Also, make sure you drop an ashe down in the comments to secure the blessings of this reading. Earth signs, I truly hope that this will be one of the most empowering and uplifting years of your life. Thank you so much for joining me. Peace. Water signs, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio, welcome into your 2026 Ancestor Messages. So I didn't put any ads on this video, y'all. So if you want to support me, you can find my links down in the comments below. I have links where you can purchase products and services. You can send a donation, however you want to do it. Also, remember to like the video, share, hype the video, and drop an ashe in the comments to secure the blessings of this reading. Okay, so we're going to start by finding out what your ancestors want you to release, what you need to drop in 2026, honey, okay? Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, elevated, benevolent, loving ancestors. What do they need to be free of? Judgment. Judge less and understand more. Yeah. There's this energy of holding harsh judgments against yourself, against other people, that the divine and your ancestors want you to release. And here they have the feather on one side of the scale, right? So for me, that represents like making sure that you have a lightness, that you're walking with a lightness. So your ancestors are showing me when you judge things too harshly and you hold strong judgments against yourself, against others, against systems, whatever it is, it brings a heaviness to you that your ancestors don't want you to walk with anymore. So there's something about releasing judgments. This year, say you have a particularly strong judgment against a group of people or a system or something like that, your ancestors are actually wanting to shake that loose. They want you to drop that, okay? Because like I said, it's heavy. It's too heavy, and they want you to walk with a lightness. They want you to be lighter. For some of you, this card fell out with the Judgment card, obscurity. So obscurity is like ambiguity and the unknown. It says, in the unknown, there is rooms for endless possibilities. For some of you, it's very important that you understand things, that you see things. You know what I'm getting, water signs? Like, you're the type of person where you have to see it to believe it. And if you can't see it, it doesn't exist, and it doesn't make any sense to you. And you might not have that strong a judgment, but there's something where you don't like things to be obscure. You don't like things to be unknown or kind of ambiguous or mystery or in the dark. And what's crazy about that, y'all, is that is your energy as a water sign. When you think about the depths of the ocean and all of the secrets hidden there, we don't even know what's at the depths of the sea because humans can't explore that deeply. Your guides want you to get to the point where you're okay with the unknown, okay? And let go of any harsh judgments or sharp, very strong judgments you have against the void, the unknown energy, okay? Because you're meant to embrace and explore obscurity and the unknown. There's magic here and endless possibilities. Okay, water signs, what else do you need to release? What do your ancestors want you to release in 2026? Yeah, judgment. Now surrender negative thinking. Some of you have some very strong, like I said, it's like very strong or harsh judgments, beliefs, opinions about yourself, about others, about situations. It says you have control over your thoughts. When negative thoughts surface, say thank you for sharing and quickly refocus on positive affirmations. This brings your energy down and makes you very heavy. Your ancestors want you to get to the point where, say if your heart was about to be weighed on the scales of judgment with a feather, they want your heart to be as light or lighter than a feather. Okay? Judgment and negative thinking don't do that. They don't make your heart lighter than a feather. Okay? Yeah. It's time to rise up It's just time to excel, expand. I'm seeing like an evolution when it comes to your mental processes, water, right? They want you to give up, to release ways of thinking and being that drag your energy down, that burden your energy. And they want you to release this fear of the unknown and this like energy of wanting to control things, okay? On the bottom of this deck, it says surrender to silence. So they want you to release overthinking, right? Maybe talking a lot and things like that. Surrender to silence. Okay, so let's see what your ancestors want you to embrace in this coming year. I am seeing something about meditation. Stillness will help with the negative thinking and the strong judgments, okay? Yeah, doing like consistent meditative practices, mindfulness, and things like that. They want you to be kinder to yourself. And that's what I was getting, y'all. Like, I don't see you as being like just judgmental against others. You're judgmental against yourself too. And it's getting to a point where your ancestors are like, no, you need to stop this. So they want you to embrace kindness for yourself first and foremost, and then that will extend out to others, right? So the less you judge yourself, or the less you think negatively, the kinder you are to yourself. Pink opal crystal can be helpful for some of you this year. You also have the take action. And then on the bottom of this deck, create your own luck. So in terms of embracing, there's a particular path that you're meant to take in 2026, like something you're meant to continue or go towards. And as you do this, it opens up the floodgates of luck. Luck starts to come into your life, okay? When you take this particular action. So be careful, y'all, of being afraid to try something new, right? Being afraid of the unknown. Because for some of you, it's going to stop you from moving towards something that opens up great luck for you. So the stones you have here are red jasper, pink opal, and aventurine. These stones can be helpful for you in 2026. Okay, so that's what they want you to embrace. The ancestors want water signs to embrace. Tend to the small things. Don't ignore the small things in your life, right? Like, there's some small things in your life that are very important, or things that you consider small that are very important. And I think sometimes maybe you get so focused on the big picture, or maybe you get focused on other areas of your life to the point where you forget the small things. For some of you, I'm getting start small. There's something that you're meant to do in 2026, and they want you to embrace starting small. Like, say you're thinking about a podcast or writing a book, right? Say if it's a book, you start posting, writing quotes and posting them on some social media platform. Or you start with a blog and then work your way up to a book. With a podcast, maybe you just start brainstorming topics. And then you take those topics and you create like a summary of what you would discuss. If it's YouTube, you just record yourself. You don't get into the business of all that editing and shit. Start small, okay? Also with this card, be careful of fine print, the small print, contracts and things like that. Pay attention to the nuances, what's not being said, right? So somebody could make a promise or say something, but what is the truth? All right, like really pay attention to those details that you might normally ignore. Also, if you're preparing something, remember to cross your T's and dot your I's. Okay, water signs, let's look at what's coming to you in 2026. All right, the first thing I see that reminds me of this obscurity card is the moon card, right? So the moon also kind of represents like an obscure energy, the unknown, maybe some type of illusion and stuff like that. What I'm seeing clearly, water signs, is that there's something in 2026 where you won't know what happens until you work on it, until you make the moves, and until you move forward. Right? So there's something where you're not going to be able to see the outcome. You're not going to be able to see what happens. The only thing that will provide any answers and clarity for you is getting to work and getting moving, turning the wheel, right? Like going forward. That's how you get the clarity. Some of you want so desperately for something to be clear, to be easily understandable, you know, to be like bright and vivid, and it's not. So you have to be okay with obscurity and the unknown. For some of you, something starts off a little convoluted, confusing, and uncertain, right? And then things shift during the year. For some of you, this has something to do with a love situation. I don't know if you're in a relationship where there's something about it that is uncertain. You're not sure. You can't tell. Be careful of making snap judgments. Remember, I said, like, look at things, really, truly look at them before making decisions to move forward or to walk away, because there is something hidden here. This is reminding me of those relationships, y'all, where there's a lot of potential, there's great compatibility, but there's something that's off or something about it that can make things a little difficult, you know, or tricky to navigate. And you're being encouraged to take your time, you know, avoid negative thinking and making snap judgments, and really see things for what they are, okay? But I do see something about love here. It says love, deep affection, and caring, secret admirer. Somebody has a secret admirer. Water signs, and this person is going to eventually come forward. I do see some type of changes when it comes to work or business, right? So Wheel of Fortune, and Watch Me Work Avenue with the Eight of Pentacles. There's something shifting. For some of you, if you weren't sure about work or money, you know, finances, business, something's going to shift so that things come to light, okay? Temporary problems, announcement. So there's something happening. For some of you, this is in January. So as I'm sharing this video, you'll receive some type of announcement that is like brings news of a problem. The divine wants you to know it's a temporary problem, okay? Don't get so, watch out for snap judgments, harsh judgments. Don't stress yourself out about it, right? And there's something happening where it would be best that you get silent. Okay? Yeah. Or like don't force it. It's something where you're going to have to just be open to it, how it plays out, and wait. But there's definitely a problem. For some of you, this is happening now. You get an announcement of something that's just off. Some of you, I see some of you dating around this year, like having multiple people that you date and are getting to know. For some of you, there's a secret admirer or a relationship that doesn't really take off. Like it gets started, maybe it's hot and heavy for a minute, and then it kind of fades away. Okay, this person may have a birthday in January. Be careful of being strung along. So like I said, there is definitely love here, but somebody might come, right, and be promising a lot of things, but it's like a string along energy. For others of you, there is a relationship coming in where, and again, this could be a secret admirer revealing themselves, but there is a soul partnership, a soulmate energy here. Again, be careful of snap judgments. And like let it build up over time. Really get to know each other, okay? Somebody here is meeting somebody that's very honest. And I think some of you water signs are going to be like, damn, this person is too honest. I don't want to hear that. You know, like the person is very, very honest about their feelings and everything. Yeah, y'all. So you got let go of control issues, and that with the obscurity card and the unknown. That's where endless possibilities lie, right? So it's like you want to control, you want to understand, you want to see clearly, allow the situation to unfold naturally. So that can have something to do with relationships, but at the same time, this is just in life, y'all. Water signs, your ancestors want you to relax, okay? Make the effort, retreat. For some of you, oh my God, you guys have okay, I'm talking to people who have been together for maybe over a decade, maybe even longer than that. This is a long-standing relationship. Y'all need to make time for each other, okay? Take breaks, take vacations, spend time alone together, have a date night or date day, you know, a day that's dedicated to you and this person. Make the effort and retreat. Okay, you have to disconnect from the world and reconnect to each other. There needs to be more playfulness in relationships and connections, y'all, whether that's in an established connection or ones that are coming. There needs to be more play. Okay? Okay, water signs. Some of you are meant to do work in communication. So this could be, you know, something like I was saying, like the writing, the podcasting, YouTube or something. You're meant to share your voice. But you have to do this consistently. Be careful of start and stop energy. Be careful of doing one thing and then being disappointed at the response and then you don't do it again. You have to do this consistently. Speak your truth, show your authenticity, and express yourself, okay? You have a talent in communications. For some of you, that's what brings money this year. For others of you, I see the money coming through. Say you don't even work in communication, but there's something about your voice, your sharing of your thoughts, in balanced ways, of course, that helps money come to you. So I don't know if that's speaking up at work, going for some type of promotion where you're leading people, but communication, that throat chakra, is bringing money to water signs this year. But honestly, no matter what you're doing, if you see something works for you and this is your passion and your dream, be determined. Another sign got this. I can't remember which one. Also, you got composure. Your calmness is necessary in this situation. Things might be beyond your control. Didn't we just see that? Yeah, the obscurity card talks about that. Again, like the unknown, you know? Obscurity card talks about things being beyond your control, but you have control over yourself. Relax, rejuvenate, renew. Yeah, there's something this year, water signs, where something is just uncertain. It's unclear. You don't know how it's going to work out, and a part of you is going to want to freak out. You know, you're going to want to stress about it and try to control it. You can't. This is what you need to do. Okay? That's what you need to do. And this is going to help when it comes to your finances too, like going with the flow of things, allowing the wheel to turn on its own, surrendering to divine timing, which is on the bottom of this deck here. You're just going to have to embrace the unknown. Okay, let's get into your guidance and warnings for the year. I'm using my own decks, the Odu Ifa Wisdom Oracle and the Divine Says Oracle, available on my website, daydreamaustin.com. Guidance from your elevated ancestors, water signs. Oh, those who have relatives, please gather them. There's nothing more satisfying than having relatives. So water signs, you're being encouraged to connect. There is joy in connection, and I think your ancestors want you to play more. There's also something here about reconnecting. You have soulmates in your family that you're meant to connect with. So for some of you, this doesn't even have to be like a love partner. This is like a soulmate relationship in your own family. It's like, go and play with your family. Spend time with your family, okay? And the card that jumped out, first of all, let's get the bottom of the deck from my Divine Says Oracle deck. Stop worrying. All is well. Like I said, some of you are going to be tempted to overthink, try to control, and that's just not what works this year, right? This is what works this year. And then you got rejection is protection. It didn't work out because it wasn't supposed to or wasn't meant to. So acceptance, y'all. And I get this with the judging yourself. Like, there's something that may not have worked out and you're kind of stuck on it. Or this happens in 2026. Something doesn't work out. You're stuck on it. Why didn't it work out? What's wrong with me? What did I do wrong? Overthinking. Again, that brings a heaviness. See it as your protection. Something about it wasn't right and it needed to end, okay? Guys, my 2026 readings, personal readings are available on my site. Those readings are no joke. They are almost an hour long. If you're interested, check the links below, daydreamaustin.com/store. And don't forget to drop an ashe to secure the blessings of this reading. Water signs, I pray that you're able to truly let go of your fears and your doubts this year, and that you're just open to the magic of the void, because that really is where the magic lies. Be well. Bye, y'all.